I'll say for us is this keeping the culture the same. When you're smaller, you're involved in every day-to-day activity from loading the trucks to lining up the vehicles to having the sales component also. But as you get larger, you just realize you can't do all those same things. So you have to depend on a lot of other people. And as you get more locations, that even exponentially changes that environment. So I think trying to keep that culture the same, especially through acquisitions, which even changes it even more, that's the most difficult part that we've faced.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. It's really comes down to culture. You're even in Detroit, you're 3 hours to the west, Pittsburgh's 2 hours to the east, Columbus 2 hours to the south, and they kind of create their own culture in those markets. And try to include them in everything is sometimes difficult because you can't just have a company meeting where everyone's in attendance. So it's just different. I mean, works fairly well, but you walk into one of those branches, and it's different.
I think also your relationship with the customer. So when you're smaller, you're hands-on, you work, physically in front of all of those customers. And then all of a sudden, as you start to grow and you have, a million different things pulling your attention away from, now you're relying on others to maintain those relationships. And no one does it exactly the way you did it in your mind. And so that's a real challenge that you had to get really comfortable with having other people manage these clients that you personally cultivated, brought in, and grew. And some cases, it's very hard.
Well, your customers have to understand too, as you grow, certain policies are going to have to be put into place that you could get away with before when you're smaller, but you just can't get away with that anymore on a larger scale. And some customers are willing to roll with it and see the change and understand why the change is there. Other customers, you have to let go and wait for them to come back.
Hope they come back and see the benefits.
See the understanding, right? Exactly. Because it is a give and take. That the larger you're able to offer them so much more, but it's sometimes that relationship that gets a little bit challenged when it comes along.